Hey, online crew. We are going to have a chat today about online success. Before we get into that, I'm just going to share my software is just not working anymore with the sharing. So I just have to manually go to my business page and share to my group. So just give me a second to do that. How are you? How was your weekend? I hope you're doing well. Let me know where you're watching from. So I'm just posting in the group there. So unfortunately, my software just doesn't want to work anymore as far as the sharing goes. So, okay, please say hi. Let me know you're here, that you can hear me and see me okay. So today's topic, I am talking about online success. And if you've struggled to have success online, what are some of the things to think about? I hope I don't offend anybody in this video, but there is a little bit of a real talk needed when people don't have success online, or whether when they're evaluating where they're at with success online. When you compare yourself to other people who have success online, what you do with that and how you handle that process. So this is what I want to talk about today. So you got to have a thick skin to listen to this video today. So I hope that's you. I hope you are open to listening and learning to what I'm going to share with you regarding what it really takes to be successful online, because I do think there is a lot of people in this space that have their expectations not quite right. And it really comes down to your attitude and your mindset and the way that you perceive things and work through them to get to where you want to go. Does that make sense? So I hope you're up for a real discussion, because I just think this needs to be said. Okay. And I'll tell you where this comes from in a moment. But anyway, how are you? Am I live in the group? Can anybody tell me? Are you watching from the group? I just want to make sure. I'm checking on my spare phone here. Or if anyone can let me know in the chat there, if you can see me live in the group, that would be helpful. Who's here? We've got Liz. Hello, how are you? We've got Margot. Is that Arizona? Maybe I'm thinking. Oh yes, you're actually watching from the group. Awesome. Okay. Thank you. Love this topic today. Okay, so we're up for it. Oh, you're actually watching from the group. Okay, awesome. So when it comes to online success, so where do I start with this? And where is this conversation coming from? So recently, well, just over the weekend, I put some results up of something that I've shared with people that I'm doing online, and I've had very good results with. And it's been, in the scheme of online marketing, it's been for me one of the simplest and easiest things that I've done to generate that income. So since July, I've earned now in Australian dollars, it's over $30,000 in Australian dollars since July in a particular program that I participate in. Now, if any of you have followed me for any period of time, you'll know I've got 14 streams of income. I only have one network marketing business. I only ever will. And that's a huge focus for me at the moment, building that. But I have a lot of other income streams that I deliberately seek out and look for and will utilize if they help me, if they're congruent. Does that make sense? Like, we don't want to go too left of field with different income streams because it could spread you too thin. But if you've got income streams that are talking to the same target market, they complement what you're already doing, and you can offer that out, because different people want different things, correct? So it's a smart thing to do to have multiple streams of income. But does it align with what you're currently doing is something that kind of you need to, evaluate. Am I making sense so far? Okay. So when you see somebody online who's getting results, and what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say this so diplomatically because I'm trying not to offend anybody. But when you see somebody that gets results online, do you look at that and get discouraged, or do you look at that and get inspired? Like, just tell me. Like, when you see somebody online, it can, like, somebody you're looking at online, they have success. It's a natural feeling to be jealous of other people's success online. So it's a natural human thing. But ultimately, once you get over that kind of feeling, do you use it as inspiration to know what's possible? Or do you go into your shell and think, woe is me? I'm discouraged because I'm not getting those kind of same results. Like, I'd love to know how you feel about that, because it's really important how you interpret, that kind of thing for you in the online space. And here's what I want to share with you about where you might be at in the online space. Okay. Encouraged most of the time. Awesome. It is human nature to get, oh, I wish I could have that. I wish that was me. I wish I could have that success. Like, I get that. I do that too. Like, we're all humans. But at the end of the day, once we've got over the emotion of that, we have to look at things as either fuel to go, I want to achieve the same thing. I want to do things like they're doing. I want to, get the results the same. So what are they doing that I might need to do? Or is it like, they're just lucky and I'm just unlucky and nothing happens for me? Like, it's really important how you absorb that in the online world, because you are faced with it every single day. And if you let jealousy and overwhelm and disappointment and get discouraged more than you get inspired, it will destroy you in the online world. You'll end up coming from the wrong place, and you'll end up pushing content instead of coming from, content that really feels good and vibes with your audience, and it's a natural flow. Does that make sense? So good to see, inspired, inspires you, inspired, awesome. Okay. So when it comes to the online world, there is no silver bullet. It just doesn't exist. There are things that will be easier than other things in the online space. So there are definitely programs that are going to be more difficult. And I've done all of that. I mean, how many of you have done that? How many of you bought resources that you've never done anything with, or you had intention to, but you didn't really? And when you really analyze it, it's kind of like, well, it's not that it doesn't work. It's just that I didn't do much with it. Okay, let's let's keep that real for some of you. So there is no silver bullet in the online space. It takes work. But here's what it also takes. Well, what it needs. You do need an audience. You need eyeballs. You need an audience. And you need an audience that are happy to listen to what it is that you're talking about. So if you're not getting success online, I've got a whole lot of questions. If any of you've got a pen, like, in a minute, I'm going to write down a whole lot of questions that I think people should ask themselves if they're not where they're at in the online space, and truly evaluate that without emotion. The problem is human beings get too emotional. And when we get emotional, we don't think realistically about what's going on in our online business. We just kind of go into woe is me. So when you take the emotion out of it and you actually really evaluate things without the emotion, you can actually get to the core of what you might need to improve. Okay. So now I've lost where I was talking about before. It's all good. I'll get back there. But the important thing is that, that's where I was. You need an audience. You need eyeballs. Do you have them? Do you have an audience, and do you have eyeballs? Do you have the right eyeballs at the moment? If you don't have an audience and you don't have the right eyeballs, isn't that automatically telling you what you need to do to start with? You need to grow the audience and you need to get new eyeballs. Now, if you need to grow an audience on Facebook, let's say you're on a personal profile, you need to be friend requesting every day the type of people that you want there. Like, you need to actively, not just put content out there trying to sell your stuff, you need to actively grow your audience. That has to be a priority. If you want to have success online, you absolutely have to grow an audience for what it is that you want. Too many people are just pumping out content, but you're pumping out the content to the same people. Now, if those same people are not grabbing what you want, they're not inquiring about what it is you have. They're not putting down your call to action, whatever that is. You need to go and grow the audience. So that has to be a priority for you to get success online. Okay, that's kind of a key thing. The other thing is you could have an audience, like you might have the numbers there, you might have people there, but you're pumping out the content, you're doing all the you're trying to do all the right things, but you're not getting any engagement or you're not getting many takers to it. Then the evaluation there would be, what's the question that I always ask when things aren't going right? Who knows it? Who's been around me long enough to know one of the questions that I always ask myself when things are not going right? What's that question? Does anyone know? Any of you guys that are watching that have been around me? What's a question I always ask? I'll give you the lead in. What do I? What's the ending of that sentence? When things aren't going well, you have to get out of emotion and into evaluation and ask yourself, no one's popped it up yet, so I'll give you the answer. What do I need to learn from this? So if you're not having success online, you're worried about having success online, you've tried something, you've bought a program, you're not getting the same success as somebody else, the number one question you need to be asking yourself is, okay, what do I need to learn from this? What's going on here? What do I need to evaluate? Have I got the right audience? Am I building my audience? Are you even taking any stats of your audience? I've got spreadsheets at the end of every month. I track everything. I track the followers on Facebook, my followers on Instagram, my followers on TikTok. Is it going up? Is it going down? Am I growing my audience? Where do I need to concentrate my time? What do I need to do? What's working? What's not working? And if you're going month on month without any results, then you need to change what you're doing. Because doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. Have you heard that before? So if you've been doing the same thing online for month in, month out, and you're not getting any results whatsoever, then you need to ask yourself, what do I need to learn from this? Something's wrong. Either my audience isn't growing, or I've got the wrong content, or my messaging isn't right, or my branding's not right, or I'm turning up being a spammy robot and I'm not being genuinely, authentically myself. Like, you need to ask yourself, what's missing? And here's the key. If you're in a program, a network marketing business, an affiliate marketing business, anything online, and there are people out there that are working it and doing well with it, that's when you have to evaluate without emotion. Okay, what is it about me that is not working? What is it that I need to learn? What is it that I need to evaluate? What do I need to do differently? Not say, it doesn't work, it's not that easy, I'm discouraged, I can't do this. If there are people in any kind of program online, network marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever, that are having success with it, then there's something to aspire to, correct? There's something to look at, there's something to learn, there's something that you should be finding out. And if you can't find out the answers yourself, you go and get mentorship. You go and ask questions of somebody, but you don't go and ask questions, go, nothing's working for me. You go and ask really good, educated questions about, this is what I'm doing, this is what I've tried, have you got any feedback for me? Most people are trying to do the online world for free. They don't have a mentor, they don't do any training, and they wonder why they don't have any success. Okay? I have invested tens of thousands of dollars in learning online marketing, digital marketing, all the things that I've learned. I have shown up for years consistently here. Not always on Instagram in the first few years, but here on Facebook, I have been working hard at this for a good 5-6 years consistently. So do not compare your results with mine if you haven't been doing the same things that I've been doing. Does that make sense? So what can you look at and learn from what I do that helps me get my success? that you might be able to do more of or tweak or get better at, whether that's content or consistency or messaging or branding or, whatever it needs to be. Are you following along with what I'm saying here? Awesome, Liz. You track as well. It's a great way to know what you need to focus on. So if your following is not growing anywhere and nobody's really grabbing what it is that you're putting out there, then you need to grow your network outside who's already there. So on Facebook, that would be actively like friend requesting people on a personal profile. On Instagram, you might need to follow some people, and network with some people. So you can't just sit back and wait for the online thing to happen. It takes hard work. I've shown up for years and given value, and I continue to do so. 3 times a week, I come and do live videos like this, just giving you value and asking for nothing. You've got to give and give value and build respect for people to put their hand in their pocket and buy what you have. So how much respect have you built up so far? How are you showing up online? Are you giving enough value online? Are you likable enough? Do you need to let some walls down? Okay. So here's some questions that I think people should ask themselves when they're looking at success online. And I do believe everybody has the opportunity to be successful online. You've just got to manage your expectations with how long you think it's going to take. So the results that I've put out recently, like I've earned legitimately, and no one can argue with me with that, and no one should try to argue with me about my results and my story. About if you've been watching my socials in the last few days, an affiliate marketing program that I absolutely love, only been involved with since July, and over 30,000 Australian dollars since that time. That's my story. That's my journey. Okay. It's probably not yours. How long have you been online? How long have you been showing up? Have you let your walls down? How much have you invested in mentorship? Like, you can't compare your results to mine if you haven't done the work that I've done. I came out of corporate. I had no following online. I had no idea what I was doing. I started learning about attraction marketing and I had no idea. I went live and I was petrified and I looked like an idiot and I was trying to be the corporate girl that I was online, and I couldn't get any connection with anyone because I wasn't really being Helen. I had to learn to be Helen in the online space, and I have worked my ass off learning, implementing, making mistakes, showing up when I haven't wanted to, getting mentorship, paying for mentorship, leaning on mentors, learning, but always having an open mind that it's no one else's fault but mine. If I don't get results online, then it's my own fault. Like, what am I missing? Where do I need to grow? What do I need to learn? How do I need to step in to be a 6-7 figure earner? What is it with my personality, my work ethic, the way that I'm showing up online? Like, it's up to me. It's not up to anybody else. So I don't want this to sound discouraging to anybody. I just really encourage you, when you see people have success online, use it to inspire you, not shy away. Like, it's okay, what can I listen? What can I learn? What can I do? What are they doing that I could do more of? Or I couldn't possibly do everything that she does. You might look at me like that. That's fair enough. But what little things can you take from what maybe I do or somebody else does that you could do a better job of, and you start there? Everybody has the opportunity to be successful online, but there's a lot to learn. And there's a way to show up, and there's a consistency to show up. There's messaging, there's branding, there's different types of content, there's calls to action, but ultimately it's respect and it's trust. So when you earn people's trust and respect online, you will get better results. But you have to earn that trust. It doesn't happen just like that. So if you buy into a program and you don't get success within 3 months, but you don't really have that trust yet online with an audience, then you might need to manage your expectations. because it doesn't, there's no silver bullet. It doesn't happen that way. You've got to start somewhere, but there are things that are easier than others to do online. There are simpler things to do, but it's not necessarily easy. Like, there's things that are easier for me to do and get results that are not going to be necessarily easy for you to do, because you might be 4 or 5 years behind me in everything that you've learned and shown up online. So you can't compare your results with me. Does that make sense to some of you? Like, I'm probably years ahead of you with what I've learned and the effort that I've put in and my sleepless nights and, all the things that I've done. So you can't compare your results to mine. So when I say, like, this latest one that I've been talking about and I've earned a lot of money, it's been simple for me because the affiliate marketing company do all the upselling and email marketing. And I think in a digital world, it's one of the simplest things I've ever done. Just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy. Eating clean is simple. You just go for an apple instead of the chocolate. Does it mean it's easy? No, because I always want to go for the chocolate. Like, exercising is actually simple. You just put your runners on, you go outside, you go for a walk, or you go to the gym. Like, there's things that are simple, but does it mean they're easy? No, most people don't go to the gym. Most people feel like going for a walk, but don't go for a walk. Like, there's things like, what do I need to learn from this? Well, I need to set my alarm up earlier and then just get up and do it anyway. Do you see what I mean about things can be simple for somebody, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's simple or easy for somebody else. And you can't compare when you haven't done the same things. Okay? Just trying to manage some of your expectations with what it takes to be successful online, and how to really manage it and move forward rather than being discouraged at somebody else's success. Use it as inspiration to go, okay, that hasn't really worked so far. So what do I need to do? And I've had lots of questions with people saying, well, how long is it going to take to be successful? I don't know, because I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know how you're going to show up. I don't know what brand you're going to put behind your name. I don't know whether you're going to turn up authentically genuine. I don't know where your mindset is. When you feel good about something and you have posture in something and that comes across to people, then you'll probably grow an audience quicker because you're passionate about what you do. Like, there's so many different variables in that. But here's the questions that I recommend that you ask yourself if you're in a situation where I don't know whether that would work for me, or why can't I have the same success as them, or my success is a little bit slower than theirs, and you're feeling discouraged instead of inspired. These are the kind of questions you want to think about. Okay. Number one, as always, I ask myself this all the time because it's often what's going up here that's the biggest issue, is what do I need to learn from this? So if something's not going well for me, I'm not getting the results, it's like, okay, what do I need to learn from this? What do I need to change? How do I need to evaluate? But you do it without emotion. Okay, so that's your first question. Second question, when it's dealing with the online world, do I have the audience? Like, do you have an audience for what it is that you're currently selling? I do. So I can promote something and I might get faster results than you, but I've been working at this for years publicly online. So for you, does it mean it doesn't work building online? No. Where are you at with the audience? It's like, okay, so what I need to focus on is getting more eyeballs outside my family and friends, because they're not the ones that are going to join the business with me. They're not necessarily the ones that are going to buy my stuff. So I need to actively, continually build my audience. So, okay, I'm on a personal profile. I'm going to friend request new people every day. Completely change your personal profile with who's there. Go and actively seek out people that are your people that you want to mingle with. That's a whole different training. I've got training on that in my coaching community as to how you find the right kind of people. But you should be actively, if you want to have more success online, you've got to get outside maybe your current network. Okay, so maybe that's something that you need to do. And some of you go, I'm too busy. I can't, I don't have time for that. That bogs me down. You've got a negative connotation about that. There's two ways to build online. You can either pay or you can do it organically. So if you're not going to do paid Facebook advertising, then and you're building organically, you have to build your audience. You have to build your network. So you might need to do a little bit more work initially with growing your network and doing it like 15 minutes every day, friend requesting for some people, growing your network, following some people on Instagram. So if you want to grow organically, you have to put that work in. Okay. Or get really good at the content that you're putting out there that you're just attracting people in droves to you anyway, because you're so good and so passionate about what you do. Okay. That's up to you. Okay. So do I have the audience? How long have I been doing this? That is a question that you should ask yourself when you're comparing or getting discouraged in the online world. Like, how long have I been doing this? So if you go into a new program or a new network marketing company and you've only been in it for a few months or 6 months and you're not getting many results, just manage your expectations. The hardest thing for me when I went online was getting really down on myself for not getting results fast enough. And I kind of had to step back, and it's like, man, you climbed the corporate ladder for years. I went to university and did accounting, then I did a Bachelor of Business majoring in marketing, and then I went back and did law. Every time, like, I've put years and years and years into study. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on my education, climbed the corporate ladder, got up to a general manager. Like, it took me years to get there, years and years and years and years. Well, why is it that people come into the online world and their expectation is, I want to have success quickly, or how quickly can I get my money back, or how quickly can I have success with this? It's like, well, how much time have you put into the learning and the education and the practice of it and the doing the do? Like, when you compare the online world with like traditional, like, do you get where I'm coming from? Like, some people's expectations are way off track when you look at it like that. So I had to kind of take a step back and go, whoa, like, how can you expect to be successful here when you don't have the skill level, you don't have the audience, you haven't really put the time and energy in yet, you haven't given much value yet, but my expectations were that I'd make money really quickly. So we have to manage those expectations. Okay. Third question: Am I unfairly comparing myself to somebody else? So if you're comparing yourself to somebody else who's getting results and you're getting discouraged, like, is that fair? Are you looking at your year 1 or year 2 to their year 8? Don't put yourself through that mentally, okay? Am I asking good questions? So if you're stuck, if things aren't working online, are you asking good quality questions rather than just complaining? So, do you have a mentor in your corner? Do you have an upline in your network marketing business? Do you have somebody that you are connected to in your business? Are you asking good quality questions to get help rather than just complaining? Okay. Am I using what's available to me? Network marketing companies, you have an upline. Have you had a good discussion with them? Like affiliate marketing, you might, all kind of affiliate marketing and even network marketing companies, they've got heaps of support. Like affiliate marketing models, they have, they usually have like a chat support, a support line, training, Zoom calls, lots of things that you can lean into. Like, are you leaning into all the resources that are available to you to get help? So that's something that you need to ask yourself. Are you seeking mentorship? If you've tried everything and it's not working, you probably don't have the skill level you need, and you need to learn how to get better skilled at it. So many people are doing network marketing, affiliate marketing, online marketing with no training, no mentorship, but I treat the online world like I've ever done like a university degree. It's like, well, this is not my skill level. I don't know anything about building online. I don't know anything about attraction marketing. Where can I learn how to do that to speed up my results? So, there's things that you need to look at to learn the skills if you want to speed up your results. If you're just going to go it alone and just do what you think is the right thing to do, then it might not be getting you where you want to go quick enough. Each individual is different depending on your skill level. Okay. There's the next question. What is your skill level? If you are self-taught in the online world, then manage your expectations with your success levels. Like, if you haven't learned from the best of the best or done any kind of training or invested in any kind of ongoing training, hopefully a lot of you have, But if you're not investing in any training sort of whatsoever, or any kind of mentorship, and you don't have the skill level, then that might be something that you need to evaluate to get you where you need to be quicker. Okay. Where's your mindset? Are you complaining, or are you diligently looking for solutions? That's where the question comes in. What do I need to learn from this? That's a really good evaluation question to help you come up with a solution. So if things aren't working for you, don't sit on it. Don't sit on it for week in, week out, month in, month out. Like, work out, okay, what I'm currently doing is not working. So what do I need to do? Like, look through and evaluate certain solutions. Okay. The worst thing you can do is go backwards and retreat into your problems or get angry. Oh, I just went like that on Instagram and I got stars in the back of my head. Is to get angry or discouraged or complain. Like, that doesn't help anybody. So if you want to become a 6-7 figure earner, you want to earn more money online, you need to think like somebody that would come up with a solution, not complain. Okay. Another thing to consider is, are you actually coachable? Some people just don't listen. So have you been told a few things before in training and you've listened and you're like, yeah, I kind of know that, but you haven't put it into action? Like, work out, are you coachable? Are you really listening? And are you really doing something with the information that you already know you need to do? Like, success is outside people's comfort zone, and there's things that you know you need to do to probably get better results, but you're not doing them because they make you feel uncomfortable. But you already know that. It's just that you're not really coachable because you kind of know it, but you're not doing it anyway. So that might be an opportunity for you to look at, okay, I've actually been told this before and I know I'm not doing it. So I need to go and do that. Like, I need to be coachable. I need to up level my skills. I need to go and do this. Okay. So how you show up, your attitude, your thought process with success online, like, you need to tell yourself, I can do this. I'm inspired by that person's results. I want to achieve what they're achieving. How do I get there? What do I need to do? Tell me what I need to know. Like, the attitude of positive thinking and wanting to learn and listen, versus somebody like, this doesn't work, this wouldn't work for me, how long is it going to take, how long am I going to get my money back? Like, everybody's busy and everybody wants instant results, and you have to earn your results. I'm not trying to be negative on anybody in the online world. I'm just trying to be realistic. For some of you that think the online world is easy to make money, it might be easier for me to make money, but I've put in years of hard work to lead up to that and to gain people's level of trust. Okay? Does this make sense? Just let me know any thoughts that you've got in the comments. I just want to make sure that this isn't coming across as a negative chat. It's just trying to manage people's expectations with what it actually takes to be successful online. And if you haven't been doing it long, like if you've only been learning the online world for like a short period of time in the scheme of things, maybe you just don't have all the skills yet. Give it time. But dedicate the time and the energy and have the right attitude around it. Like, go into the online world with, I know it's possible because there are plenty of people that are doing it. So if there's any kind of network marketing company, affiliate marketing program, and there's people that are being successful at it, then it's possible. If it's possible for you. So if it's not happening at the moment, what are the questions that you need to ask yourself to fill in the gaps to make it possible for you and to grow into that person that you need to become to get the success that you are looking for? Okay. I hope this has come across the right way. Being successful online does take a network. It does take an audience. So very basically, for some of you, you just might need to build up more of a network, and you can still be successful online. You just have to give it a little bit more time to build up that network and that audience. Just manage your expectations with how long you think it's going to take. It might take you a little bit longer than what you want, and that's okay. But wouldn't you rather have success in 6 months and 12 months and have that in that amount of time than give up after 3 because your expectations are just way off? Okay? Margot, this is very helpful for me. You're just being honest. If you want to work, you need to listen, learn, do. Well said, Deb. There is no silver bullet when it comes to the online world. Do not compare yourself to somebody else who's in their chapter 5 and you're in your chapter 1. Like, it's not fair to do that to yourself. You've got to learn the skills, you've got to put the time and energy in, and you've most of all got to evaluate effectively what is it that you're doing or not doing if you're not getting the results that you want to. You need to look internally to yourself, not externally that it doesn't work. It does work. The online world does work. There's plenty of people making lots of money that make it work. So what is it that you need to do personally to improve your results? That's really what you want to focus on. Okay? I hope this is helpful to someone. If you're a little bit down on your results in the online world, it is absolutely possible. You've just got to, manage the process and your expectations, accordingly. Okay? So I will be live with you, not tomorrow, but the next day. And, I'm not going to be live at the end of this week because I will be on an aeroplane going to a different state in Australia for a company event. So I'll still see you live in a couple of days. So I'll catch you then. Bye.